Alrighty. I think we're here. I think we're on.
We'll do it live.
Yep. I might be a little quiet today.
We're up. Yeah, I see it. Awesome.
Okay. I haven't flashed the starting page in a while, but whatever. I no longer care. I got some stuff to draw today. Welcome in, everybody. This is a viewer suggestion. It is Wednesday. We have a list of suggestions for Monday. Community post. If you have not suggested something, you're welcome to suggest one in the chat. Let me get this list and actually put it somewhere where I can read it. There we go. We got about 20 suggestions today. That's not bad. I'm going to warm up with a little rugby sketch here. There was another poll up for attempting to draw something different. People seem to want me to be a bird, so we're going to try to draw a bird for the next video. We'll see how that goes. Which is fine. But I've been doodling all morning, trying to figure it out. It's a bit of a strange conundrum. Oh no.
What on earth is that?
It might be my new avatar, I'm not sure.
A little corvid skull, huh?
Yep. Just a little poof. Monaco, welcome in. It definitely has a different vibe.
Yeah, it does.
Just gonna warm up with some little creepy sketches today. One of these will stick, I'm sure. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Had a good week start. Start of the week. It's a better way to say it.
It feels like it's been a fairly long weekend, so I think 3 days.
You were really quiet today. Is that just me? Or was Drew really loud?
I have been recording, so I've been practicing my projecting into the microphone.
Ah.
Better?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So no.
Still quiet.
Hello.
But more audible.
Better? Worse?
That's better.
Yeah, better.
I just said this week has just felt fairly long. And it's only been 3 days, so...
That's fair. Maybe simpler is better.
Simple, cute, and creepy all
Yeah.
at the same time.
Very Tricks or whatever her name is.
Sorry, I went over my head.
It's alright. She's the animator that did the Kaiju Duck.
I do remember that kaiju duck.
I talk about it all the time. It's great animation.
Yeah,
It's really
curse you for showing it to me.
Rugby's just in this room with these creepy bird skulls.
When Rugby visits the Natural History Museum.
The poof is really funny to me. You're just having a little body made out of poof. Elliot, welcome in. And then you can do funny things like make the neck a little poofier, as the burbs do.
Yeah.
Think about it. Honestly, I think this is probably the best one. I think that's probably most indicative of my style. This one's pretty good too, though. I don't know if I need the bird poof collar. Maybe. People have some poof.
I do think it's interesting you're trying to figure out which one is most indicative of your style, considering all of these are like 30 brush strokes maximum.
I mean, that's kind of... Look at Rugby.
I mean, yeah.
The thing about, like, my logo as it is right now of me in the mask,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just a mask. Like, it's not really anything wholly unique. Love the birds. Hello from Brazil. Welcome in. Celio? I hope I said that right.
I think my favorites are this one and this one.
Yeah. How Muppet can we make it?
The one in the middle reminds me of the Spa versus Spa.
Okay.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
yes.
You're welcome. But maybe not use that one. You might get some. He's stealing.
Or maybe do use it because of that, because
Maybe.
like the internet loves a referential, or loves a reference.
What's better than mice trying to blow each other up? I think they were mice, right?
They were crows.
Oh man, I gotta look it up now. I think they had tails. Oh my gosh, they are nothings? Are they crows?
I didn't think they were anything.
Species. They're supposed to look like rats or weasels.
Oh.
Huh.
You were closer.
Close. Yeah. All right. I think I'm warmed up. I did a bunch of little sketches. That's fine. I'll fiddle with that later. We are doing the viewer suggestion today, so if you have not made a suggestion, you're very welcome to. Otherwise, we will start up a poll here. All right. Purple. Get that going. We got some music going today. Hopefully that'll not explode. And that's it. That's it. We're going to sketch. We're going to doodle. We're going to do some stuff. I'm going to roll some dice. 11. The way this works is we have everything on a list. I'm going to roll a d20. We're going to draw whatever shows up. That's it. I don't have a lot to say today for some reason. I'm just very tired. I've already been working for a little while this morning, and I'm burnt. Japanese witch, old Asian crone with long white hair, hooked nose, kimono, black buckles, enchanted katana. Okay. Japanese witch. I don't know what that would be. Is that like a archetype or a trope or a?
It's one that I'm not familiar with. Did you ever watch Inuyasha?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a few characters who would probably fit the archetype of a witch in that show. So
Also, don't watch Inuyasha.
Why not?
Because it's weird. Oh wait, no, sorry. Inuyasha's fine. I was thinking Rurouni Kenshin.
yeah.
Oh, I've watched Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin's great.
The anime or the creator's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll tell you afterwards.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little too spicy for stream.
Yeah.
That's fine. I have conflicting things. If you type in Japanese witch into Google,
Oh no.
there's two things I see. Very, very pale Japanese women. Completely normal looking otherwise. Just like very pale. Or I'm just gonna say big old biddies. That's all I'm gonna say. The only thing I see that is like consistently along the way here is like little oni horns, either on a mask or just kind of somewhere.
I think another thing is long unkempt hair. I also googled
Okay.
Japanese witch.
Yuba Uma? No, Yama Uba. There we go. Japanese mountain witch? Maybe that's closer to what I'm looking at. Elliot, hello, hello. Digimon style dog-sized cow? So a tiny cow? Thank you, Elliot, for the thing. We can do that. Is it still Movember? It is Movember, so
It is Movember.
we will divert. We'll divert and think about this witch some, and draw a Digimon style cow. I don't know what Digimon style is. It's been a long time. Like, does that mean it's supposed to be like a robot and super sexy?
Well,
In
there is-
BDSM
there's
wear.
It BDSM wear.
No, they're not an angel.
It is not just the Christian archetypes that are put in BDSM wear, my friend.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just like,
It's all leather and belts.
it's all different styles is the problem.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff mashed together. But there's, I guess, a pretty consistent line
Yeah, they're-
style at the very
Yeah.
least.
Like, this is pretty archetypical of like the Digimon style. So
Wanted to contribute to Movember, which I appreciate. I forgot to mention Movember. Movember is our super chat side quest this month. Any super chats or memberships will get you a little tiny cow drawn. I normally don't do fan art, but we can try to make it somewhat Digimon-esque. I'm not really sure how we're going to do that yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll start with the cow. Okay.
I thought it was pretty kind of funny that you ended up doing Movember because Darren Fiddler is also doing a cow themed. He's doing Mino November.
I think that
Minotaur.
might have been what someone suggested, and I was just like, I'll do cows, not minotaurs.
Oh. I did not think that the two were connected. I was just like, oh, two of my favorite artists are
Well,
doing cows for November.
if it was connected, it was not intentional because someone had suggested it in chat, and I just jumped on it.
I do love
also,
the
there's a
prompt though.
suggestion from me in the chat.
Okay, let me grab that real quick.
Because I know you only accept if it's been typed in the chat. So
Well, that's because if you don't type it, like if you type it in the YouTube comments or the YouTube community page during the stream, I'm not going to see it till Friday. Like,
well, I know.
Adventure Aarakocra body bone shaman with a bone bow. Nice. Okay, put that on the list.
Wait, did I spell vulture wrong?
Vulture. What did I read?
Vulture Eric. Venture?
My eyes are not great today.
I was like, wait, hang on, let me. I was like, I did put vulture, right? I did.
Okay. Vulture
You're
Aarakocra.
you're too young to be having a stroke.
That's not true.
All right, I need you not to be having a stroke because I can't brain today. With
Okay, I think the whole thing about the Digimon is they just gotta have like really weirdly shiny, detailed anime eyes.
yeah, that feels accurate to me.
And a big head.
And a big
For
head.
the more animal.
A big shapy head, yeah.
Moo! And then we'll give him like rocket launchers on his shoulders.
Which is 1,000% stereotypical Digimon. And also drawings by 8-year-old boys. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I loved Digimon so much when it first came out.
I mean, first off, dinosaur main character. Awesome.
Yeah.
Second off, goggles. Super cool.
Big shoes.
Big shoes. Yeah, like that had everything in it. That had everything it needed to be awesome.
Just all the like shonen anime tropes and video game tropes just crammed into a show. It was great.
Sexy, weird angel ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And devil ladies.
I don't remember the devils, but maybe I didn't get that far into the show.
I didn't get far enough in the show to be introduced
I
to
watched
Devil Woman.
multiple seasons. and various iterations of Digimon.
Yeah.
I think
Only
the
up to high
first.
school.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I think the first season is the only one I really watched, where their enemy was a giant monkey guy with gears stuck in him.
Mm.
That's the only thing I remember. Pseudomon with a Thor hammer? I don't remember that either. Don't forget the banger of the opening thing. Apparently the Japanese version had a completely different intro.
Oh yeah. It was super common for anime in the late 90s and early 2000s to have a completely different, like, English.
Did you and I watch the same YouTube short?
No, I just knew this.
Oh, okay. Somebody said that, like, verbatim on a YouTube short I saw yesterday. And then they talked about the Digimon intro theme.
I think the reason why I knew this is because I've watched older anime in dub at one point, and then I watched it in English, and it was just like, this is a completely different song.
Okay, what am I doing wrong here? It's got to have, like, really weird, like, human knees. That's the other thing we need. Just, like, beefy thighs. And then little cow feet. I'm thick as hell. Just take them up.
Digimon did make furries of us all.
Should I just give him, like, just regular ass human arms?
Yes.
It looks like Diva. He's riding a giant mech. The booty up. I have to save this. I have to change this. I can't let this be the thing I draw.
It's kind of great, though.
It is kind of great, but also terrifying. I'll give him a thumbs up. I like the cowbell around the neck. That feels appropriate. And we'll make him a little tiny dinosaur body. And just super fucking ripped.
Oh yeah. Humans don't have 12-pack abs, but Digimon sure the hell do.
Okay. We're gonna go with that. And like I said, I will leave that I'll just leave that there. That's how the cow Movember works. That has to live with us now for the rest of the day. When they unlock their ultimate forms, they got all types of awesome beefy upgrades. Yeah, that sounds about right. Beefy upgrades. Okay. So, I think I found the Japanese mountain witch. I think is what they're going for, because they said that the hook nose. I think they wanted something a little more creepy than just... What's her name from the Demon Slayer? Where does the term crone come from?
English.
Yeah, Old English.
Oh, okay.
Also kind of a derogatory term.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It literally means old ugly woman.
Ah.
It,
Well, that's not derogatory, it's just rude. No, that might be the definition of derogatory, to be honest. I'm not sure.
fair. Oh,
If you guys get mad at crone, but don't get mad at
at himbo.
Himbo? Yeah, I'm gonna be upset. I'll be upset.
I'm not mad at him though.
But you're mad at crone, or do you not? You shouldn't call somebody a crone, for sure.
Well, yeah.
And you also shouldn't really call somebody a himbo.
Again, we're not calling like real people himbos.
Yeah, I think that the reason himbo became like a term of endearment is because it's only, for the most part, it's only ever really been like applied to
Chris Hemsworth?
Anime characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, He-Man is a himbo character. Kronk is a himbo character.
I can see that.
It comes from Anglo-French, and this is also derived from Old North French. Meaning a disagreeable woman, also same root word for carrion.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, a little bit worse than himbo.
I wonder if that association of the root word is why they're also often associated with, like, crows and ravens.
Maybe.
Or maybe that's just something, maybe that's just an association I made in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, some people just want the creepy witch, not the booba witch. That's fair. It's on par with hag. I could definitely see that. Yeah, don't call people hags.
Unless there are no Karen, then it's okay temporarily.
I actually think Karen is becoming a little derogatory, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate for people who are actually
yeah.
respectable and named Karen.
Yep.
I don't remember what the other part of this was. Who would...
Magic katana, long hair, kimono.
Let's take a look. Uh-oh. I accidentally deleted your... Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Got the vulture back. Asian crone with long white hair, hook nose, kimono, black buckled shoes, and an ancient katana. Okay. I don't think I'm going to draw the shoes. But we can do the kimono. We'll make the hair a little bit wild.
Whoa, this blue paper is going to do something real interesting when I color.
I mean, I can destroy it if you want.
No. This is not a complaint. This is an observation.
Sounded like a complaint. Okay.
It can be used for good and evil. I don't know about that.
So, like, if you look at it, like this yellow that I just applied to the scarf, it feels luminous.
Okay.
Which is very interesting. It's certainly not what I was expecting, and maybe that surprise is what came off as negative, but, like, my brain is going like, ooh, we can work with this, actually.
There was a really good song that just played a second ago. Can I not? I can't. Oh my gosh. Let me see this. Music fountain. Okay. Pretzel is just infuriating.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Might be because next to the moth, but the horns remind me of insect antennas. That's funny.
That's funny. Also, I forgot to draw the antennas. Thank you for the reminder.
I don't know what a kimono looks like. I need references. Hold on a second.
Dude, please don't take this the wrong way, but what I'm about to say, your moth reminds me of Joe Pesci from Home Alone.
Why on earth would I take that negatively?
I don't know. It's just like, I looked over, it's like, Joe Pesci as Mothman?
The Wet Bandits.
Because it did. Oh. Yeah, just kind of overall body shape and kind of like feel its vibe it's getting on. It's like Joe Pesci.
I have been leaning into this idea of like a
Joe Pesci
How
themed
do I say?
universe.
no, like Joe Pesci is kind of like it's adjacent to what I've been going for, so I really
Grumpy New
appreciate
Yorker.
the compliment. It's grumpy Russian dockhand, which is kind of it's along the same vibe as
Both mob
Home
related.
Alone. Yeah. Right, it counts. So
Yep.
I'll take it.
I finished up the audio and the artwork for the Monkey Paw Warlock yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I should actually like post it somewhere so people can go look at it. But like, it's only really one thing, and then just like a lot of homebrew. And there's not a lot of jokes in the video. It's only gonna be like 3 minutes long, so it's a short video. But trying to think of other things to add to it. I'm not sure what to do yet. Oops, I put this on the cow layer. That's not. Womp womp. You get your own layer, little cow. There we go. Well, it's just a fancy bathrobe if you get right down to it. I suppose, but all clothes is just fancy bathrobes if you get down to it.
Yep.
Bathrobes are just lazy clothes. Okay. Kimonos are hyper comfortable, so I dig it. Which maybe that lends it more to the bathrobe, but I think robes in general are just kind of nice.
Yeah. Kind of airy. Nice amount of freedom.
I'd be fine wearing a gi all the time. That'd be awesome. Alexander, welcome in. Don't get me wrong. I love me a good pair of jeans. But wasn't always the case. I used to hate jeans. And I always wore like khakis and other light cloth pants because I was always skateboarding and it was hot. Jeans are hot. But then I started doing a lot more like vert stuff and I started getting really into it. And if you crashed, it could like melt your polyester pants. getting like road rash. Or the other bad one was like I had zip off pants for a while after all the rage.
Ooh, yeah.
And if you fell off a skateboard onto concrete and landed on a zipper, it like dug into your skin. So I stopped wearing those and I started wearing jeans to the skate park, which was great. And I still wear those kind of like, I think boot cut. I like boot cut jeans.
Same.
Not quite a bell bottom, but. And then people started wearing like skinny jeans and jeggings and stuff to skate parks, and I just stopped going to skate parks. So.
Bootcut and Jinkos are coming back into fashion.
Oh no.
The 90s is back.
All the mom jeans.
Yep, the early 2000s was a lot of people stealing their girlfriend's jeans to wear to the skate park. That was a style. That was a style.
It was sad that they had to feel they had to steal the girlfriend's jeans.
Well, so actually the opposite is a problem now. So at the time, like, you couldn't buy skinny jeans, didn't really exist, and so for a long time it was called, you just bought girdle jeans, and so that was the style, was girdle jeans. And then they started marketing them to guys, and now that's you can get whatever. But I guess they did, like, in the 80s you could buy tight fit jeans and then shrink them too. That was also a style.
Yeah.
So it's not like a new thing. But then now it's really hard to find women's like work jeans that aren't stretchy jeans. Like Cabela's doesn't sell them anymore. I went to like Target and couldn't find them. It's really weird. So kind of it's just a cycle. It's a cycle of things. So I'm saddened that. Yeah.
Wouldn't be a problem if everybody just made their own clothes.
That sounds like speaking from somebody who's never tried to make a pair of jeans before.
You know what I have actually,
Have you?
but what
It
I'm
is a
actually
pain in the
trying
ass.
to do is to get people to give up on clothes altogether.
Ah, okay.
Your comment made me. There's a series of shorts going around. They're all satirical, but it's this little skit of like a crunchy mom
Okay.
and her non-crunchy husband,
I think I
I think I have seen
I
one or
know
two of
what
those.
and it's
talking
just
about.
like everything she says is just so infuriating. I'm just like, stop it, be normal.
Why can't you be normal?
It's like, I only want to be 1 degree separated from things I buy. It's like, good luck with that.
Is that the lady that yelled at her husband because he had a secret garbage can?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that one. That was pretty funny.
and the woman who like
What do we do with all the paper towels? We're still using paper towels?
did you
Like,
see
you
the
don't
one where
compost-
did you see those one where the husband found a Starbucks coffee stirrer in the car
No.
Yes.
and confronted her about it, and she felt so guilty about it because like she was trying to figure out where it actually came from because he said it wasn't his, and then in the end he's like, oh my god, I remembered, it's mine. And so like he sent his wife on this horrible guilt trip, which made her double down on how crunchy everything she was going to be about everything, over his plastic disposable stir stick from Starbucks.
Yeah. It's
It's terrible.
It's just very weird because I don't know if they're from Kentucky, but they use Kentucky as their setting, which is just very like weird.
Very crunchy mom.
I don't think of crunchy moms when I think of Kentucky. I think of California for that.
Those are granola moms.
Same thing.
Crunchy granola is the
No.
is the like
Oregon.
Yeah. Crunchy granola is Oregon.
Seattle.
Where everything is super organic but from your own farm. California is the granola people that go to the store and buy granola. And crunchy is just crazy people. Crazy people with no attachment to reality.
This one clip.
You can't go to Starbucks. They use cups. You have to drink it right out of the cow. Coffee does not come from cows, lady.
Yeah, it's like there was a bit where she was selling milk soap
Okay. That sounds awful.
made from her own breast milk.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, internet. Obviously, this is not real. This is
Yeah,
a
no,
complete joke,
no.
but it's like,
That is a thing that has happened before. That's not.
yeah,
That is not their joke.
Yeah.
yep. I'm just saying these people are not doing it.
I accidentally gave her elf ears. As I do. As I am wont to do. Everybody should be elves.
Everyone should
I
be-
wonder how far we are from a group of like from a group of internet people coming together to start a eugenics project to get people to like start
You want to start that over
interbreeding
again?
to produce.
Yeah.
I wonder how close we are to people trying to breed themselves to make kids with pointy elf ears.
I think surgery is probably easier,
Yeah.
which is 100% a thing.
Yeah, but that's something that definitely is already happening.
I honestly don't know.
Honestly, I've never met anyone with like really, even slightly pointed ears.
Yeah. Because that would be collagen production, and that's big nose, big ears. That happens, but like then also creating a point. I don't know if that's something that you could do with just breeding. Is where I'm getting at. Like that would have to be
Right.
that would have to be a random mutation that then is fostered, and that would be impossible. I was watching a thing about munchkin cats.
Oh yeah.
And how like if you have breeding pairs of munchkin cats, you can't breed munchkin cats because then their offspring are just like super broken, like because their body stops producing collagen. That's why I thought of that. Because the thing that causes the ears to fold is a deterioration of the way the collagen forms. And so if you have to breed a little Scottish fold, specifically a Scottish fold, with a not Scottish fold, one cat with you can't breed two folded ears cats because it creates very sick cats. So you have to breed a folded ear cat with a regular ear cat, and then you can breed. You can only do it that way. So you can still have the same gene, but you can't have too many recessive genes before it becomes problematic. So
And
There's
I'm
another
just
one
saying, it
that's-
didn't stop the kennel clubs that created the French and English bulldogs.
that's true. That's very true.
I will say
Bri,
that
hello, welcome in.
it's the same way with like the Manx cat, which is a bobtailed cat. You have to, if you're like breeding them to like sell specifically, you have to breed them with longer-tailed cats because the way their bobtails work is like it shortens the vertebrae.
Okay.
I think that's right. I could be wrong, but because they only have little tiny nubs.
Yeah. Buy mutts, people. Like it's great to have a
Yeah.
a cool looking animal sometimes, but just buy mutts. Like it's fine.
It's
It's much better for
better-
them.
yeah.
You'll have them longer. They'll have happier lives. It's a total thing in Shadowrun too. Humans get jealous of metahuman culture. Okay. There you go. So. I don't think that's going to happen, Drew. Is where I was getting at.
Okay.
I think surgery is much easier than eugenics in most situations. So,
I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past some people.
well, seeing as how eugenics is hyper illegal, we'll hopefully not foster people to do such. Not cool.
Mostly, if you like greyhounds, a thing you could do is adopt a retired greyhound racing dog.
Kevin the Necromancer's been thinking about doing that, and I think he is loopy for doing so, for wanting to do so. It's like, no, they're so chill. I'm like, I don't understand your obsession with pointy dogs.
They are so chill up until the point where they see something move, and then
Murder.
no chill.
Yep. They are sight hounds.
I think I'm done with this one. What color are we doing next? Blue. Blue.
Blue on blue.
Only legal in cows. Yeah. And corn. Cows and corn.
For now.
We have made beefalo. I mean, I'm excited for the Aurochs. I hope they get the Aurochs back. Someone's working on that right now. That would be pretty dope.
Okay, sorry. When you said Aurochs, I thought of the desert antelope, and I was like, nope. The giant German, Central European cows.
Yep.
I am most excited about reverse engineering something similar to Procompsognathus out of chickens.
That would take so long.
Somebody's doing it. Sorry, what was that, Corvus?
So could you repeat that term in
Procompsognathus?
It's a dinosaur. Yeah.
Dinosaur. Little tiny raptor-like dinosaur.
Is it the one with the feathers that could glide?
No.
No, I don't believe so.
That may be Archaeopteryx or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds closer. Yeah. Compies are the ones from
the ones that killed that
Jurassic
one dude.
Park. Yeah. In the book, they actually kill John Hammond. Yeah. That death scene is in the books, but John
in the movies, they're the tiny little dinos that attack the little girl with a roast beef sandwich.
Yep. 4. A goblin tiefling rogue. Cute little horns because they're demon heritage. Big blue eyes. All right.
Adorable.
Goblin tiefling rogue.
Okay, I'm done with my cold moth.
Her name is Sasha.
Sasha, the tiny goblin.
No, the moth.
Oh.
Sasha the frozen moth.
Yep. Uncle Sasha. Or Anatoly.
Is Sasha like the Russian equivalent of John or Bob?
I don't know about that, but I do know Sasha is... I think it's kind of like a gender-neutral term in Russia, where like there are girls and boys with the name Sasha.
Okay. I think Sasha and Sonia are the two.
I think
German
Sasha is equivalent to Taylor.
Okay.
Not the same name, obviously, but in terms of usage.
Baby Etrigan. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if he counts as a goblin, though.
Actually, it is more akin to, like, Alexander.
Just in
Sasha
popularity, or... Because that's what I was talking about, like, just like...
I don't think it's a super popular name now.
Okay.
I know Alexander was really popular in Russia as well, but Sasha is like... It means the same thing as Alexander, but Alexander is Greek.
What dice am I rolling?
D12.
Seven.
Furbolg, wild magic barbarian, who is the nicest lumberjack you'll ever meet.
Furbolg lumberjack. Okay.
Yeah.
We've not had a Furbolg in a long time.
Yeah.
I drew one maybe a week or a month ago. Nope. I'm thinking of Bugbear. I drew a Bugbear. So yeah, it has been a while.
It's been a while. I'll be right back.
We're getting very Baby Yoda up in here. Goblin hair has been driving me crazy. Like, do they have sideburns? And if so, how does the hair get all the way across the forehead?
I give them receding hairlines.
I hope you guys enjoyed, Druid. Wanted something a little easier than... Dang it. The stupid little heart is in the way. I can't read that word. Than last time. Okay. Yep. That is a baby.
I'm excited.
This is a rogue, right? So we could go edge again, but we gotta go like way more edgelordy. Constantine 2? I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a thing.
Constantine 2, like the movie?
Yeah. Since I was the elk vamp last time you were streaming. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. I'm still not sure how that works. Do they get the fangs? Or do they just have to, like, eat people with their weird deer teeth?
I just assume vampire means they just have fangs and drink blood.
They have to consume deer meat. I guess that'd make them cannibals, not vampires. Alright, here we go. I guess if he's a tiefling, he should probably have, like, glowing eyes. Said they had blue eyes, though, so not... We'll do, like, pinpoints. That could be interesting.
This was a Fearbowl Wild Magic Barbarian?
Yep. Oh, I screwed up the chat. Hold on a second. There we go. Either one works and is creepy. That's fair. I'm not happy with this rogue body. I guess we could give him a little vampire cape. That'd be pretty funny. We were talking about vampires, and I think I leaned a little too hard into...
That's okay, it happens.
Ah! That's a good goblin. The hat does it. The hat sells it. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't know what I'm doing with this anymore. I need to learn. Yeah, I'm not just drawing Baby Etrigan. That's fan art. No fan art, remember? Fan art's against the rules. I gotta make him look like a rogue. I'm gonna make some pumpkin cookies today. Or not pumpkin cookies. Pumpkin cookies might be good, but banana cookies. Sounds really good. Monica, welcome back. What if we give him big old sideburns? That feels very roguish. I might have made a hobbit on accident. Little demon hobbit.
That does sound like a gnome. Not gnome, but a goblin to me.
This is a goblin with horns. It is. It's a tiefling goblin. would you like to trade? What do you got? I have a dagger. I will not give it to you for all your money. I think I'm going to stop there. It's too cold in here. I'm going to get a coat. Sorry, say again.
I was gonna say this goblin has a very strong labyrinth vibe.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yes, it does. I love that movie. Although that's probably because I was not introduced to it as a very young child.
I never watched it. Owned it. Never watched it.
I feel like people who enjoy a lot of cult classics are likely to enjoy it. And people who don't like a lot of cult classics, like Conan the Barbarian and Fire and Ice.
You don't like them?
No, if people don't like those, then they probably won't like Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen Fire and Ice. I do like Conan.
Oh, you'll like Fire and Ice then.
I think the probably only reason I've not went on my way to try to watch Fire and Ice is rotoscope.
Yeah, I think
They're just
you.
weird
Yeah.
for me.
I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah. It was really only like jarring to me in like the early scenes.
Well, some of the later scenes, they just straight up use footage.
Yeah.
They stop rotoscoping it. They're just like, fuck it.
Too
Like-
tired to draw more of this shit.
Yeah, that's like how it is with some scenes in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
Where
company,
it's
right?
just literally just maybe.
I know Frazetta did a lot of work on for that movie, but I don't know if he actually. I think he did a lot of the concept sketching and stuff.
Yeah.
I know he's credited in the credits for Fire and Ice. I don't know about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, not Lord of the Rings, I don't think. I think I'm just gonna mash this up if I keep fiddling with it. So I think we're gonna stop here. All right, there we go. Goblin Tiefling. I'm gonna walk away from it.
Really good.
I forgot to do the poll.
Do it quickly.
Okay. I can't find my mouse. There it is. Okay. A 7. A dash of November. Well, I'm not doing November, but that's okay. Big and scary Knoll Bear Barbarian Dude. Flynn Flail. All right. I think it's a Flynn Bar. Right? Flynn Bar is Flynn Flail?
I just know it as a war flail.
I think the Flynn Bar is a specific one made out of bones, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm getting fat.
Maybe since it's a Flynn?
Oh, is that what a Flynn is? Flynn bar? Flail bar? I don't know. I love your art style. Thank you. Starbucks. It's a pretty good name.
Oh, it's literally just like an iron nunchuck.
Yeah. Drawing gnolls is hard.
Yeah, they go bear or dog or cat really easily.
Guess this one is a bear barbarian, so maybe it's okay that they go a little bear. That might be too much bear. Magic the Gathering art for them is really good. The trick, I think, is that their nose and their eyes are just really smooshed comparatively. Yeah. They ain't got much of a muzzle. Thank you, Moniker. I'm glad you like that one. Shoulders need to be up by the head. We are doing the viewer suggestions today, so if people have not suggested a character, they're very welcome to. As long as it follows the rules down below, you can just suggest that into the chat. This is a bear. Barbarian. Hello, Theo. Thank you very much. Amazing art as always. Keep the fantastic work. Yeah.
I have not touched my anteater drawing in a while.
That's okay.
What do you mean in a while? You haven't touched it in 2 days? That's like
Y'all always say practice makes perfect.
yeah, but like you're allowed to put something down for 2 days.
I am
Just 2 days ago? Oh jeez, it was.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was last week.
The other thing, like, not to toot my own horn, but apparently I work pretty fast in like commission space. Because I usually don't take commission space, or I don't map myself out for months unless I have to. But I usually try to get all my commissions done within a week or two, and I've had people be like, "Oh yeah, no." Sometimes I get a commission for people like, and it takes them 6 months. And it's just like, okay, like I've never done that. I've never done 6 months for a commission. So yeah, a few days is not bad.
I have stuff that when I say I have put it down for a while, like I mean I haven't touched it in 2 weeks to 8 months.
If I don't come back to something within like 3 or 4 days, I just start over. Like, it's one of the reasons I've had to redo some of the video artwork, because it's just like, I don't remember where my headspace was at for this. I might as well just start new. But I'm also very comfortable doing that. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's okay to take breaks, but also feel free to just, do a new thing.
Yeah.
If you're not having fun with it and you don't want to go back to it, that's also a thing that happens. So
yeah. Anyway, just practice does make perfect, but like go easy on yourself, especially if you're just picking up a new medium, or if you're just starting out learning how to draw.
3 drunken dwarf heads? I'm playing new Mora game. The new Mora game? I don't know what that is.
Moria?
Like
the Return to Moria game?
Oh, is there a new Lord of the Rings game out?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like a you play as dwarfs who return to Moria. Like your character literally
fighting goblins.
Yeah, well your character gets caught, and it's like a multiplayer. So I figured you wouldn't have heard about this because it seems right up your alley. Your characters basically are part of a group of dwarves sent back to Moria post the events of Lord of the Rings. Gimli is like old and gray, and he's like leading the expedition. Your character literally gets caught in a pitfall, and you have to like survive and try to make things better for dwarves that are going to come in after you.
Interesting.
Clean up. It's pretty cool. It's like a survival / dungeon divey co-op game. I've seen a couple people play it.
I feel like the dwarves should just like kind of give up on Moria at this point. They've lost it twice. There's a Balrog there, or was.
Yeah, the Balrog's gotta be gone, and I haven't seen long enough enough play to know if they've got a new Balrog there, but they honestly should not, because a Balrog is a fallen angel. And there should not be a lot of them just kind of hanging around in one space.
There were a couple though.
There were a couple, but like don't understand why there would be 2 trapped.
I mean, if you melt the
mountain.
ice and all of a sudden there's a giant, megalodon, what are the chances that there's 2 of them? It's not 0.
Very slim.
But it's more likely than had you not melted the first one.
I suppose that's fair. How do they survive being frozen? Megalodon or tropical?
Dude, I don't know. I just watched the movie and I didn't really pay attention. I'm just saying, they made more than one movie.
Yeah, and both are bad.
Is that where the megalodon comes from? It was trapped in melted ice caps?
No, I think in the movie they did this thing where they're like, "Hey, we found this bottom of the ocean, but what if it's not the bottom? It's actually just really cold shit water, and below it is a completely tropical water. It's like, yeah, sure. So that's where the shark comes from in those movies.
I see.
They take a lot of liberties.
Well, I mean,
Rather
you
watch
have to with that
Sharknado.
kind of movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you want more megalodons or more sharknadoes?
At this point, I'd rather have more Sharknadoes.
Yeah, the guy last one hit a shark with a chainsaw. Like, I'm not on board anymore.
I'm just saying Sharknado is to some extent more feasible than revived Megalodon.
Dwarves are stubborn. That's true. Goblins and orcs and up to 8 players. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That might be worth getting. The last time I played a Lord of the Rings game I really enjoyed was like, oh, what was it called? It's been a long time. I'll just put it that way. I think it was on a PlayStation 2.
Oh,
I think-
Shadow over Mordor.
No, maybe it was like a Gauntlet Legends clone.
Yeah, no. I have
Really?
Shadow of Mordor. I've tried playing it. It's just too much like it's just an Assassin's Creed clone, but
Yeah.
with orcs and a ranger.
I want to say it was like the only level that was fun playing was the Battle of Helm's Deep. Everything else was pretty bad. Wow, there have been 42 different Lord of the Rings games.
Isn't smart.
Oh, some of these are board
Yes.
games.
It's still too many. It's still too much cash grab off of a dead man's IP. That has been, or that was, like, relegated to a minor position of literature for way too long.
I mean, it's a pretty fundamental piece of literature, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't always. In our lifetimes, it basically always has been, but fantasy got the shaft for a long time.
I'm confused about your point you're trying to
All right, it doesn't matter.
make. Okay.
Don't talk about Lord of the Rings, people.
Yeah.
It just causes confusion.
I like the idea that this knoll is so big that the bear pelt is just kind of tiny.
I thought it was like maybe like a bear, like just hanging on to him.
Who did I show that to? I showed the rugby. I hope all the Patreon members got their stickers, by the way. I showed the rugby thing I drew with the owlbear sitting on his back. It might have been Lars. And he's just like, what the hell is happening here? And I'm like, it's just an owlbear hanging out on the rugby. He's like, is it still alive? And I'm like, I don't know. Dealer's choice.
Who are you asking about, the bugbear or the rugby? Doesn't really matter. The answer is I don't know. Open to interpretation.
The Big Bear Rug is animated.
What was that? Someone was asking, like, if you cast, not Revivify, the other one, a resurrection spell on somebody's leather armor, does the cow crush them? It's like, no, that's not how magic works. But you could revive a cow from your armor.
What? Isn't there like a time limit on resurrection?
It's like 100 years.
Oh.
It might be true resurrection, but
Yeah, it depends on the spell.
And probably the edition as well, so.
Yes.
could cast it as a ritual, but it might take a year.
I don't think I would ever allow that just for the same reason why I would never allow someone to use create water in someone's lungs.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Thanos, like, Ant-Man butthole thing. Why doesn't Ant-Man just shrink down and climb inside Thanos and then enlarge himself and blow him up? It's like, wouldn't that kill Ant-Man too? Like, what's happening here?
Also, that's just too graphic.
I think he did it in one comic. Like, somebody actually put it into a comic. But I've had lots of people try to do that kind of stuff. It's like, there are rules in the book for people occupying the same space via magic. And that you both take d6s of damage, I think, until you rectify the situation. Telefragging, people. 'Tis a thing. There used to be a way to cheat that in Halo, in the old Halo games. If you stood inside of a teleporter and someone tried to go through it, it gave you like a 2-second, like, your screen would start going fuzzy, and if you didn't get out of the teleporter within that time, you would explode. So what you could do is you could just stand in it with a shotgun, and as soon as your screen starts going, you could just back up and fire, and it would insta kill them. It's just like, that's cheap.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, a little bit of oversight. But then, like, older games, like, was it just Arena? What the hell was it called? Oh, no, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, well. There was another game, which name I can't remember, that you had a teleportation gun where you could, like, the first click would throw out a disc, and then when you clicked it again, you would teleport to it. But there was no delay, so you could just, like, huck the teleporter under somebody's feet and then bloop, and that's where the term telefragging comes from that game. That was really fun. So, like, at the beginning of each map, you would see people just hucking these little teleportation discs across the map from each other, trying to score a free kill and get yourself in a good position. Teleportation guns, pretty awesome. Dangerous.
Pretty dangerous. It is nice, though, that to consider that if we ever do develop that kind of technology, we have so much precedent figuring out all of the problems associated with it.
Just like forethought.
Yeah. Oh, we need to make sure that this IRL version does not do this thing, which somebody explored in a video game and people used to massacre thousands.
Just don't want to accidentally Riker yourself into two different people.
Yeah.
Which, once again, if we can teleport stuff, the world is like we've solved it. That's it.
Yeah.
I hope we never do.
I mean, a Heisenberg compensator would be pretty great. That's the thing that lets you teleport and convert matter into energy.
Well, my thing would be like, it may have been privatized, and then people would be selling it off and treating it like a weapon.
Yeah.
Teleporting armies into people's capitals, taking them over. Yeah, no. Teleportation
What was the?
does not need to be a thing.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about it. He's like, teleportation is stupid because we already have that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you have cars. Like, you have cars, you have planes. Like, you can travel super far. Like, that in itself is amazing because other animals don't have that basic type of capability. But we would just want it instantaneous. Like, that's the thing. How to make travel instantaneous. Yeah, I don't know. Teleportation's weird. Because then you have to like, that's existential. We don't have to get into that. Ship of Theseus, my friends. Ship of Theseus.
Maybe we'll finally have an answer.
I mean, you're gonna have to. If you teleport, are you legally dead? What happens? Star Trek did it. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop this fuzzy old boy here. I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
Fuzzy.
He's pretty fuzzy. He's got a bear pelt. And his dog. But not dog. Every couple of months I'll get somebody being like, actually, these are cats. And it's like, they're not. They're closer to cats than dogs, but they're not cats.
Yep. They are their own thing.
Because by that logic, we are mushrooms. So...
Damn it, you found me out.
It's just you. Every couple of months, you come back and poke throw the disc. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Ah.
Okay.
Magnet colony confirmed.
Hag Warlock getting free and control of the hag. Okay. We can do that. With a purple.
Don't forget to put up a new poll.
Yeah. Thank you. Yellow might actually work on a blue background, so we'll try that. See if people vote for it.
Orange will work too.
That's true. Probably have to do orange instead of yellow because that's going to be brown. Anybody else want cows? Should we draw more cows? Now's the time. It is our side quest. Subscribe to our channel. You get free access to all the Discord, fun Patreon stuff. Yeah, become a member. Get access to some free videos, free suggestions once a month. We are going to do a Patreon and members live stream where I will try to draw everybody's suggestion if I can. So that might be worth subscribing to the YouTube or to the Patreon or to the Discord. You can subscribe to the Discord now too. It's pretty dope. That's it. So if no one has any cow side quests, let's draw this witch. What time is it? 12:30. We're doing good. We're doing good today. War of the Ring was my favorite growing up. Got me into RTS games. Interesting. Yeah, I never played any RTS games. Man, I played a lot of weird games growing up, but what would a hag warlock look like?
I mean, depends on the type of hag, really.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Long, nasty bag lady fingers.
Well, it's not a hag; it's a warlock. Do you think the warlock would get the fingers?
I don't know, maybe that's part of the pack. You get nasty fingers to claw people with.
All right.
Then interesting. So then,
Maybe
as part of the pact, do you think part of the pact is them getting transformed into a hag,
Maybe.
or is that maybe the ultimate goal of the hag? To add you to her subordinates in the coven?
I like the latter one. Because by me, it's all when I said the clauses. Oh, it could be like a variation of the Pact of the Blade. But with claws.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I hate whatever I'm doing here, though.
Oh, hello, YouTube ad. It's a relevant ad.
Engagement. Money.
It's a Roll20 ad.
Nice.
I got a house paint ad.
Oh, bummer.
I'm sorry.
You like paint, right? Have you just tried to repaint your house? Oh, I have to go.
It's better than the political ads I've been getting.
Shit. No, I don't have to do that. Okay, we're fine. I have to go sweep my roof later. And then spray it down with moss killer.
Moss, yeah.
But man, it's been raining for like days, and so all of the pine needles from my tree are just like, what if I just shit those all over your house? That'll be fine. So I gotta get up there and brush them all off before they freeze.
I've got a bunch of maple leaves I need to rake and dump in my garden.
Y'all have maples in the desert?
Utah,
I mean,
yeah, just sucking
yeah.
water out of the ground.
They're not. I live in a sheltered valley with a beautiful lake. Well, a formerly beautiful lake. There was a period in World War II where there was a steel mill on the shore dumping all sorts of junk into it. So it's not as idyllic as it could be, but like.
It's salty and polluted.
No, this is Utah Lake, not the Great Salt Lake. It is slightly saline, but it still counts as fresh water.
It's definitely not a salt lake, but it's got salt in it.
Only just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Enough where it won't kill the fishes.
All natural water a natural standing water is salty to some extent.
It's from all the fish pee.
And the minerals that get washed into the rivers and lakes from whatever's upstream, and also usually quite a bit of tannins from the plant matter that gets washed into it.
So my brain quickly corrected that to tannins, but I first heard cannons. I was like, that sounds cool. Cannons in your lake?
Yeah. Doesn't everybody have that? No? Just me?
Otherworldly patrons. There's not like a good consistency in what to do with warlocks. They are
What do you mean?
super vague.
Clarification.
Like visual styling
Oh.
is very vague.
Yeah.
Like it's anything and everything.
Part of why it feels like not an actual class to me. I think the other part is that everybody dips warlock so they can get Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Cantrip casting. Jordan, hello, welcome in. What would you call a male hag, though? Once becomes a hag, does the sex shift to female? There is...
I watched a video on this recently. I don't think there's any specific lore.
No.
Or official lore.
Because I think that hags that become... Or, I mean, like, children of hags are changelings.
Yeah.
And then they can become hags. So, yeah, I don't know.
I always just assumed that male changelings either just like got transed to become a hag or went off to do something else.
Go ahead, Corvus. I want to hear what you have to say.
So I know in Pathfinder they're not exactly one-to-one, but they are like, the book calls out that they are often kind of seen as the counterparts to hags, and they're called the Scrim.
Interesting.
Skerm, and they're like these nasty old men with stag antlers.
Interesting.
And just cause misery everywhere they go.
Weird. I don't know why I went that way. That's creepy. I saw a
yeah.
picture of a hag with a whole bunch of like brambles in her hair, and I was like, ooh, horns would be cool.
I was gonna say this. I think it's a magic card, and I think I know which magic card it is.
Let me see if I can find it. What's the image I'm using?
I watched a video recently on this, and it was about hag spawn. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Corvus. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say I know in D&D there's hag spawn, which are the male children of hags.
Yeah.
who don't turn to hex, but are just kind of tortured people.
They sound to me honestly like, at least in terms of the video that I watched, they read to me like tieflings.
Yeah.
Just like not a playable race, and so they really like leaned heavily into the misery that they get for being social pariahs due to their heritage.
Yeah. Jordan, are changelings the children of other magical creatures that are swapped with human children? That's the like Irish.
That's the real world lore.
Yeah, that's the real world lore. Changelings in like 5e are essentially just doppelgangers, which is fine, but I think it's lazy, like less fun. So.
In Pathfinder, they are specifically hag children.
Go watch my changeling video.
In 1E, they were always female.
Hags or changelings?
Changelings in 1E.
Hags as well, obviously. I think obviously.
The other thing about changeling is like I don't know if sex matters. Like.
Yeah.
Because in your doppelganger form, I think you're just a little ambiguous.
Yeah, you basically. Well, I think it's you choose what you want to be.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to change your shape, mimic other people, steal identities, be whoever, whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
As long as it's humanoid, I guess.
Here's the thing I was discussing.
Street scam?
Oh, slightly wrong. Well, that's one of them. There's like.
Whoa! I'm gonna cancel whatever I was trying to show because it's 80 megs. Why is that 80 megs? The hell did I click on? Yeah, YouTube's like, what's happening? For some reason, this JPEG is 7,000 by 5,000 pixels.
Oh, wow.
Nobody needs that.
It is very big.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
You're really quiet if you're talking, Corvus. Or you might be on the phone.
Sorry, I had a phone call. Not
Okay.
apparently didn't shut off my mic all the way. Oh jeez, Stream took a crap.
Huh?
Said Stream took a crap from me.
Yeah, I think that's because I was accidentally trying to upload a massive file to Discord. And it took a poop. Oh no, it's just crapping out.
It's better for me now.
Is that? Okay.
It's not bad for me.
It's good now. But yeah, it died there for a minute. Oop, and now Aggie's not having a fun time. I don't know what's going on anymore. saw this thing, like a big shouting match about hags being immune to charm the other day.
In which game?
5e.
I thought they were just resistant to it.
No, apparently they are immune to it. Which is weird. So I don't know if that's new or whatever, but made the whole gesture hag thing. A whole bunch of people get upset.
Well,
And I think this is an old
she
thing.
wasn't. Well, the hag was never charmed.
Okay.
The modify memory, I think, counts as a charm effect.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why people are like, "Ah," which is like, who cares? It's Matt's game. He can do whatever he wants. But like,
I remember him looking at the stats and saying that the hag had advantage.
Yeah.
this is the argument. This is the argument that the internet was having, and I'm curious about it. In the grand scheme of things, like I said, it's Matt's game. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But I don't know why all of a sudden it just started popping up in my YouTube feed about like people being like, "Wait a minute," and it's like that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Which makes me think that maybe it's
Something
a change
changed?
that happened. Yeah.
And also maybe hag specific, because I just looked up the green hag, and it's not immune to charmed. The night hag is, in which,
Interesting.
but we also don't know what the hag they were up against was.
Yeah.
Because night hags are the scary high-level hags.
Cheatings have at least one or two passive personas that they play most of the time, I think. Otherwise, they're literally gender fluid. That's the way to do it. Go watch my changeling video if you really want my opinion on the changelings. But 5e changelings just feel really weird to me.
You're perfect. Leave them alone.
I mean,
They just have bad players.
I want the doppelganger to be a thing. Just play a doppelganger. Just do it. You don't gotta be human. Be creepy. Be creepy, be monsters. It's fine.
I think people want to be more human and be able to interact with people than just having all the monster abilities.
Yeah.
You just gotta not be lazy about it. That's all. And pick a thing that's appropriate for the game you're playing.
I need to take a break, I think. Get a snack. I didn't eat lunch before the stream. I usually try to have something before the stream. My brain is stream chaos, unleash the mimics. Yeah, nope. Honestly,
how about not?
it's just. I think I'd rather people try to play a mimic than play a changeling poorly. Like, I think it's the same thing. It's just like I really love the doppelgangers. Like that's the biggest thing I think, because they are so weird and creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people want to like humify them. Is that right? Like not personify them, but just like not that you have to play a monster. That's my big thing. Like you don't have to play like I'm evil, I want to eat everybody. But it's just like people in your party should understand like you're a doppelganger, and so like when you transform, it doesn't scare them, and I think that's great. But like I do think that there's a stigma in the D&D world for things like mimics and doppelgangers, and so people then don't want to deal with that and play like kind of the more like I'm a human with a weird quirk. It's like no, just it's okay being a doppelganger. So I don't know. I would love to see someone play as a mimic and just be kind of like, okay, I'm the treasure chest. I'm not going to talk while we're in the thing, but I'll steal whatever and then I'll shimmy out later. Like I like that concept. I think that's fun, and I wish more people were comfortable enough to play it. But yeah, no, I've run into a lot of people that like don't want to do builds like that. Like it's just too out of the box, and that's totally understandable. So kind of seen both ways. The horse ranger with the human companion. Still, I love that idea. It's so funny.
Yeah, I hate going back to the hag conversation. I hate to break it to all the naysayers, but Asharnai the hag only had magic resistance.
Okay.
No outright immunity to charm.
Argument ended.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube all of a sudden pushed that on me. It was really weird. It'll do that kind of thing where it'll be like, here's the thing people were talking about. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I think people were assuming that Matt was maybe using like a night hag as the template for that character.
I'm surprised
And the
that...
thing,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
because like not all hags are immune to charm. In fact, I think only one is immune to charm, and that's night hags, and they're kind of like devil hags.
So I thought most Fey creatures were immune to charm. Is that not the case? I thought that was part of the Fey tag, like the...
So what that means is when you say like charm person, it specifies a humanoid. Thus, Fey are not applied to that. But I think modify memory does not have that tag.
So it's not that they're immune to enhancement or enchantment or charm effects. They're immune to... Yeah, okay. So they don't count as humanoids.
A humanoid.
They don't count as humanoids. That's the specific thing. Got it. Which would make them immune to a lot of illusory magic.
Yep. But also quite a bit of healing magic if you are playing, say, a satyr.
Interesting.
Because it calls for like a humanoid.
Burning Welcome.
Some of them do.
Yeah, there was something like that with Pathfinder too. It was like a demon blood spell that was pretty cool, but like it only healed infernals and other. It's like, this is pointless. Like, yeah, it's only good for tieflings. Like tieflings are the only thing this works for. That's kind of the point. It's really powerful because it only works on tieflings. But they're like, why didn't they just say that? It's like, it could be something else. There could be a situation where it comes into play.
But looking at modified memory, it says one creature you can see. So it specifies a creature, so anything can be affected by it.
Neat.
So, I don't mean to get rules lawyer sometimes.
No, I mean, that was the problem, right? Like, that's the thing. Is so many people were talking about it, and I was just like, I don't actually know what the rules say, because all of these things, like all these arguments people are making, sound viable. It's like, yeah, that would make sense. But
I've also watched this episode live when it was airing.
Yeah, and I think somebody yells.
This?
I think somebody yelled from the chat that they were immune, and everyone just took that at face value. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Which, once again, it's Matt's game. He could just say, fuck you, it's fine.
He literally had her stats in front of her and looked at her and was getting ready to roll with advantage, which her deliciousness nullified the advantage. So it's just a straight roll.
We are now caught up on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't know that was also a thing.
Oh.
Turns out the internet is stupid and everybody's making assumptions about stuff that they don't actually know anything about and screaming about it as though it were fact.
Yep. Because all you would have to do is just Google, like, modify memory, stuff like that.
You know how I feel about Googling. I think we've talked about that. Maybe that was a little conversation I had with Lars again. Most problems on the internet can be solved by casual Googling.
Yeah.
Which you're already on the internet, so like, go for it.
Yeah. If something's not clear, God forbid, go to Reddit and see what people say about it.
Yeah.
And make your own decision.
There is that. I think that is part of the problem, though, that a lot of people are having with D&D these days. Is like they're listening to me directly and not checking the book. Like they just refuse to check the book, refuse to Google the stuff. And part of it is because like a lot of it is locked. Like if you don't have a D&D Beyond subscription, like you can't look at a lot of monster stats. Like you have to find just the places on the internet where people have posted them. So that I understand, but yeah, like people go to TikTok, people go to YouTube instead of just doing the footwork themselves. Google told me I can melt an egg. All right. What does that mean?
All right.
Some benefits is talking it out. That's true too. Like there is something to be said about like reading through Reddit can be good because then it's like here's someone's actual like opinion on it, and then you have to go back and check it. But it's a good thing to have like all those opinions. Opinions are not facts.
I know we had issues of like how certain rules apply for different things for second edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Archives isn't really explaining anything. How are people interpreting this on Reddit?
Yeah, we have to do that for Magic the Gathering too all the time, because each iteration of the game will add complexity, and eventually it gets to a point where like, well, how does this 12-year-old card interact with this brand new card? Like these two things just contradict each other. How do you play this? The example of how Google is, especially now, is not entirely reliable. Well, if you freeze the egg first, you can then melt an egg, but it is in its liquid state currently.
And like, look, the good and the bad of Google, like what you're getting at here, I think, is that the good and the bad of Google is that it relies on what people on the internet are saying, right? So it's not infallible. The thing with that is you need to know how to vet your sources.
I saw a YouTube short yesterday with a guy giving a TED talk about ChatGPT, and he told ChatGPT that 3 towels drying on a clothesline takes 3 hours to dry. How long is it going to take for 9 towels on a clothesline to dry? And ChatGPT came back with the answer of 9 hours. And then it gave him like the reasons why the math reasons why. And it's like, it's actually really cool that it does that, because it's interpreting what I'm telling it as a problem and then following logical steps on how to get to it. But it's not taking into account how drying something on a clothesline works, because it doesn't have that information. Like it wasn't given that information for the prompt. So it just defaults to the logical mathematical solution, which is, yeah, that makes sense. And in most situations that would be the case, but not in this situation because of context. And that's the big thing about Google and ChatGPT is like context is very important. So
yeah.
Also, whenever I say Google something, generally whenever I Google something, it takes me to like, say like a somewhat official source, like where I just looked at modify memory. I went to Roll20 because they have all the spells there. Yep.
And that's don't expect. I think that's kind of the stopgap, right? Like typing something into Google, like Ask Jeeves used to do that. It used to try to collate it. But really, like, Google's going to give you a bunch of answers, and you have to know how to parse and, like, decide which one is the best one. Maybe look at a few sources. That's important.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people that go to like TikTok or Facebook, they don't get that. They just get, here's one person's answer. It's fact now in your head. It's like, that's not good or healthy.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You shouldn't do that with news sources. You shouldn't do that with
D&D
medical
sources.
information. You shouldn't do that with anything. Right?
It's always really funny with like 2E. What would happen all the time is I would check something, and then the first sentence would contradict what we were trying to do, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's this," and then I would keep reading the same paragraph, and it's like, "Oh, shit."
Yep. Like how when we were, let's just say, we were kind of arguing about the grappling condition and read stuff that one day.
Yep.
And they changed it.
Yep.
Like in an errata. So it's just like, you were reading an Oder thing, and I was like pulling up the archives, and it's just like,
We're both right, but not at the same point in time.
yep. You were right like 5 months ago, I'm right.
Yeah.
At least at this current point.
AI is being used to teach a horse to do math. It can sort of learn to count, but it can't really understand what's going on, and it just wants to sugar the cube. It just wants to sugar the cube. Yeah. What's useful isn't always the raw data either. Yep, that's true. Sometimes you need the expert. You need someone who has more data than you. I've been watching a lot of like how to do math, and it always bugs me because they'll get to a point where it's just this crazy long thing, and then they're like, because the log of x equals ma, we can do this. And it's just like, what the fuck what? like
Yeah.
It's like
massive cognitive leaps, and you're just like,
yeah.
Hold on, rewind and freeze. I need a little bit more than that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like if you don't understand how pluralization works in English, and like that happens to people, like they just, when they talk, they won't be able to understand the difference between dogs and dog.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't know to just add an S to it. It's like, oh no, you need to add an S. It's like, what? Why? That doesn't make any sense. And so with math, like there is a lot of high level math that's like, just knowing that a formulation put in this way will let you get to more functions, but there's no context for knowing that. It's just something you have to know. And then knowing when to use it is what makes math function, like lets you do those crazy things. And it's like, so it's 2 steps, and ChatGPT isn't there yet because it doesn't know that, like, oh, I could take this, rewrite it this way, and then it fits a formula. And it's just like, I don't know how the brain works sometimes. Tenses can mess people up too. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just, it's a language. It's all about understanding. And so with all that stuff, it's just, context and expertise can be so important when it comes to trying to figure out how tabletop game works, how politics work,
how math works.
Hire a lawyer.
Hire
a lawyer. All right, I'm done with this one. I'm going to move on to the next one. For those of you just jumping in, if you have a character suggestion you'd like to add to the list, you're very welcome to add it here in the chat, and I will put it on the list. It's 1 o'clock. I'll probably do a few more. I'm going to roll ahead and do my dice. I'm going to go ahead and roll the next dice here. 4. A stuffed bear with the soul of a child who can randomly pop out, who purposefully scares everything just to keep a tally. All right. Pop it, Undead Warlock. I like it.
So, Constable McMurderfloof.
Yep. That sounds about right. But Zaz. Instead of murdering people, he just keeps a tally of people they've scared. Start a new poll.
I have a question about the Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Go ahead. I haven't watched it, but I am all curious about it.
Okay, maybe for chat then. I am not going to watch it. Do the co-workers of the main character who is getting terrorized, hunted, and potentially murdered by the animatronic creatures that live in this kid's restaurant, do the co-workers actually warn him that the creature, that it's potentially dangerous to be on night watch? Or do they just send him in completely unprepared?
It's kind of a good question for the game in general. Like,
Yeah.
is Fazbear's Pizza still open?
And if so, why?
Because like the
How many-
game starts with the
yeah.
guy calling you and being like, "Hey, here's all I can tell you about tonight. Be careful. They want to get grabby and murdery." But like, yeah, do they just go back to normal during the day? Posture check. Thank you, Owen.
I mean, like, I think that is the implication, but like, how many employees have been murdered, and how many employees have to be murdered before they shut the place down?
Is there a murder if there's no body?
There is a at the very least, there is a disappearing persons report, and a last known location.
Because I mean, I think all horror movies have to, like, you have to eschew the competency of local police
That's
for any horror story to work.
Oh, never mind. I'll be nice.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you're not suspending anything. It's real. Unless you're rich and white.
I was watching something.
Sorry.
That was
Too
like,
spicy.
it was like, how do you deal with the fact that 90% of all murders go unsolved? And then they were like, what are you talking about? Like, 50% of murders are committed by people close to the people that are murdered. And so it's almost always them. And we solve that. So that's 50% right there. Of that, like, of the people left over, it's usually, like, it's much smaller than that. But, like, just going to like 90% of all murders go unsolved is just wrong.
Yep.
But like, oh, it sounds so good and scary, and like that makes total sense in a horror situation. But that eschews that the murders are weird and wild and don't have any.
That's what kind of reminds me, like, the statistics about crime. Like, statistically, crime has gone down, but people, like, psychologically feel more unsafe now than they did in the past, which is crazy to me.
I blame the news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And politics. I also blame politics.
Yeah.
That's how you
Like,
make money.
petty crime's never gonna go away.
No. Yeah.
But like, murders and other really violent crimes have been going down statistically.
Mm-hmm. There's also a weird, that might be a little too
political.
It can become political, so I don't want people to take this politically. It's just a weird thing that happens. Most suicides in the U.S. That are done with guns are counted as gun crimes, just because of the way that they are reported. Like, you don't report people killing themselves. You just don't. Very, very rarely does it happen. And so that is skewed in both directions.
Interesting.
Because people that want to say gun crimes are low, they're like, oh, we don't count the suicides. And then people that want to make gun crimes sound higher include all the suicides, when really it's like there's a huge mental health problem that is being that is people doing that, and it's like that's not addressed because that's not the political part of it, and that's frustrating to me. So yeah, like it's really weird when you look at horror movies, because it's like, did 15 people really just die in this and just no one cares? Like, you're telling me that Jason goes through and like Lysols the house, like cleans up all the blood afterwards, and then the cops are like, don't know. So
They just must have moved.
they must have just moved. They just left. People leave this house all the time. They buy it and then they just abandon it. It's nothing weird. It's like, what? People love leaving off qualifiers when talking about statistics. Yeah, statistics are really dangerous. They should really teach statistics in like high school.
Yeah,
for that purpose. Chicago gang shootings often go unsolved, but it's a small town that has a sudden murder and it's totally different. Yeah, and so it's a little weird. Also, comment in horror movies, the cops are in on it. I guess that's fair. That's fair too. Like we just had in Idaho, there was a big murder, a weird murder, I'll say. Like, in northern Idaho, like it's at the University of Idaho where I was. So people were asking me about it. I'm like, I don't know people that live there anymore. One, two, like yes, I've been to that house, but like that's fine. And like that was a huge thing because like just Idaho doesn't have that kind of like people getting killed that aren't like I got drunk and fought some dude and then we killed each other. Like, yeah, serial killers are very rare, which is good. It's a good thing. But
Yeah.
horror movies make it seem way more apparent.
Also, crime dramas.
In crime dramas, yeah. Somebody dies.
They make out like.
Think about
Yeah,
that.
sorry, go ahead.
Diagnosis Murder is a great family show ish. or what's the other one?
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder She Wrote. Yeah, somebody has to die in every single one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Same thing with Matlock. Usually somebody dies in a Matlock episode. It's just like that's a lot of murder. That's a lot of just
Yep.
like malicious murder. So
I think Diagnosis
never
Murder
shown.
is I think that Murder She Wrote is particularly like funny because like at least 50% of the murders that she solves happen in her small, quiet, air quotes, town of Cabot Cove in northern Maine.
yeah, exactly. It's like people should stop
This is-
coming here.
Yeah, it's this tiny community of about 3,000 people, and by the end of the series run, half of them have been killed and the other half are murderers, I guess.
I just watched.
Done by Jessica.
I just watched The Inspector, the French guy.
Poirot?
Perot, yeah. I watched the new Perot, The Haunting of Something.
Venice.
Yeah, that was good. It's a good movie. But they made a comment about that. They're like, I knew if I brought you here, someone would die. And it's just like, yeah, death follows this person all over the place. It's weird. Also, comment for horror. Yeah, we upset. Dexter has had an absurd body count. Yeah, right. Like, it gets a little weird. But so in the game, back to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The person that is telling you, like the narrator, is telling you like, we know they get grabby. People have died. The company just kind of brushed it under the rug. Like, oops. Yep, there was an accident and they died. And so it's like they know that happens. The company doesn't care. But the employees are just kind of, I think, telling the antagonist like, as long as you don't screw up, you'll be fine. It's really scary. They don't expect you to die. But I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how the movie works. If they do it differently. But yeah, man, like there's a kid having a birthday party and there's a bear just jamming along next to his pizza with a dead body inside of it. That seems highly unlikely, but maybe people think the smell is just like the kid funk.
Yeah, like I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese. Sounds about right.
The kid funk.
Man, if you have younger siblings, I assume.
Yes.
They smell
Sorry.
awful.
I didn't mean to answer that so aggressively.
If you've ever been to like a not a school. Schools are usually pretty good about it, but like a Chuck E. Cheese is a good example of it, or like a Pojo's is the one I had by my house. It was just like an arcade, but also did like food and kid birthday stuff. Like those places smell awful. Like it's just this is like, what is that? Why does it smell so bad? Throw your garbage out.
Chuck E. Cheese was very rare for me, but we had like a version of Chuck E. Cheese called Mr. Gaddy's.
Okay.
It just sounds very creepy, even creepier than Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that sounds like a Five Nights at Freddy's.
Things that smell awful. Children. Just
Yep.
Pizza grease. And pizza grease that has been smeared into carpet by children. Those are the things that smell awful. Daycares, yeah. Daycares are another good example. Like, daycares smell awful.
Oof, yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, de
That
pretty
was-
darker.
I just had a visual memory of like Head Start, which is preschool.
Yep, there you go. Awful. There's always I keep thinking back to like when my mom used to be in charge of like a youth program at our church, I'd always have to be at the church, and there was always one room where they did like the preschool daycare stuff, and she's like, "Why does this room smell like shit all the time?" It's just like,
Because it was probably several kids who needed diapers changed.
Yeah, probably.
Kids are just filthy animals.
That's all I'm saying. So maybe they cover up the Fazbear smell with the just assumption of filth.
Or maybe the janitors take care of the bodies.
Some kids hide some things. Yeah, that's true. I will say that my sister and I did. We hid a bunch of eggs at the church once, and nobody found them for months. And then we found them because we were the only ones that were there all the time. We were just like, oh, punked ourselves.
I think you deserved it.
Oh yeah, it was totally fine. I think we found one of them, and then we were like, "Oh God, what have we done? We have to find all of them now."
Just ticking time bombs.
Yep. And maybe that we've let the people die to keep the mecha inside the pizzeria, like appeasing the Aztec gods. That could be it too. Yeah, you know. The thing I don't get is if the whole I enjoyed playing the Five Nights at Freddy games. Like with my friends on Halloween. That was a thing we did for a few years. But like, it's also one of those situations where like, do you need a person here? Like, if the robots only go on murderous rampages at night when there are people in the building, just don't put people in the building at night.
Yeah.
Just they seem like they're fine. It seems like they'll be.
It seems to me like if you're afraid of a security risk, like you think people are going to break in.
Maybe the next Five Nights at Freddy's game should be the security guard trying to keep people out of the building, and if they sneak in, you just hear them like, it's just like, oops. It's like reverse lemmings.
Yeah. It seems to me like there's the problem solves itself, right?
It's an untapped market.
Free security. Did you know that somebody died on the premises? What? No, like we lock up at night and leave. How would we know? There was no body.
The security guards just get fed up and leave and probably go to the Bahamas. I'm pretty sure I heard them say they were going to the Bahamas. Leaving everything behind.
Leaving their wallet.
Yep.
Like if I worked security night shift there and I left my wallet, I don't do anything at night that I would need my wallet for anyway. 2, it's safer there than with me.
I would imagine someone who doesn't like clothes loses their wallet a lot.
Yep. That is accurate.
So people who don't really go anywhere tend to lose their wallets as well. I speak from personal experience.
Yeah. I have one place where I keep my wallet. I do still out of habit, like if I am going or if I am out somewhere, I do, like, before I go anywhere else, I do still out of habit, like, pat all of my pockets, make sure I've got my wallet, keys, etc.
Testicle, spectacles, wallet, and watch. Every time.
Yep. Really hard not to.
Oh, my spine. I see 9 people in chat and only 6 likes. Something's not adding up in the like, but
That, you're failing.
7.
You have one job.
like, comment, subscribe.
I also see 7.
Alright, my studio's just stupid then, that's fine. Plus the insurance is expensive, so they should be fine too, yeah. Okay, so now that I've done this, I think he needs... have little marks all over his body. He's just like keeping track of scaring people.
It just got super quiet now.
It's all right.
I can complain more about the blue background.
Yeah, the blue is kind of like burned my eyeballs out. It doesn't look blue anymore to me.
It's really weird. I just I was trying to find a gray for this axe. It turns out if you look at it, the handle that looks like tan, kind of wood colored, that is straight gray.
Oh boy, that's weird.
Yup.
Nice. Just got in the comments. Sorry. No, that's totally.
Color relevancy. Yeah.
Get in the comments.
Get in the
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Oh, Brandon.
Should we take some chunks out of the year? That could be fun.
Too much high energy from him.
Right?
It's like, oh god, please chill.
Have you seen his Trump impression? It's so funny.
Yes, and I died.
It was great. Decided
Well,
to
the new one's soon as Trump's
simulcast.
brain melts.
Isn't going to work with Twitch. Yeah, the problem I'm having with Twitch is that for some reason while I'm in Aggie, I can't have it streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. It just doesn't load. I don't know why. It worked the first time, doesn't work anymore. So I don't know if I have to like load it up a specific way or what, but it just doesn't seem to work.
I thought Twitch didn't allow you to stream to other platforms at the same time.
Twitch changed their policy so you can.
Change it to
Yeah.
QS? Okay, that's nice.
But so I tried for a little bit, but it just didn't seem to work.
Hmm.
Elliot, you might have also been the only person hanging out on Twitch, so I don't know. I'll probably do a Twitch stream tomorrow. I have a commission to work on. I want to do it there, so we'll see how that goes. But
I was there. At
Were
least
you?
one day.
okay.
Yeah.
Should we put a big zipper down the middle?
Ooh,
No,
maybe.
not down the middle, but like across the belly.
Wouldn't that just be a second mouth? Is that what you want, a second mouth down here? Like here? Or like horizontally? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is it a purse? Why would you put a purse?
Just reminds me of some Pokemon I've seen.
Oh. The Corvus just tricked me into drawing fan art.
No. Same
No,
thing.
not quite.
Go Staplemon.
Because there's like Bayonet, which is literally just a
right.
ghost possessing doll. It has a zipper mouth. And there's like Dusk Noir, which has a big giant belly mouth.
I played some of the new Mario game. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
It's pretty silly.
Good. A Mario game should be silly.
Alright, I think I'm done with that one. Grateful Dead bears? What the hell? Why does it have an arm sword? That's not a Grateful Dead bear.
It's Monzimon.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Digimon.
Okay.
Like I said, I was in deep with Digimon.
Alright, I'm done with that one. It's 1:30. I'm going to get a new glass of water and maybe a snack. And I'll be right back. Everybody hang tight. Brick.
Oh yeah, Lumberjack. I was like, what was Drew drawing again? Lumberjack.
Yeah, wild magic barbarian.
Which is a whole lot less random than a wild sorcerer.
Yeah. And because it's a furbolg, I'm going to give them a stylized tree motif tattoo. And then call it good on this one. Well, I have a feeling this is going to be the only thing I get done today. I think Rook's probably about done.
No vulture today.
Too bad. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Dice Gods did not bless me today. Like they do with most days.
Yeah, usually they're pretty nice to you.
Normally when I add one, it's normally on Friday, so. That's why I haven't added any in a long time.
Okay. It's looking really good, Druid. I owe you and Rook a good dono on a Friday when I get paid. Yeah, no problem. I was all by myself. Sorry, I got some pistachios.
Yeah, you're good.
These are delicious. I opened the tub up with them, and I have Skip Cat's treats in the same kind of tub, and he was dead asleep and just like, like came back from the dead. What is that? It's nuts. He's like, oh.
I mean, it is treats, just not his treats.
Yep. He's doing surprisingly well, I think. He has good and bad days.
I'm glad he's doing well.
He's taken over the living room. Not gonna lie, pistachios are really good. Just a beat to open them. I got pretty strong fingers.
I don't like how expensive they are.
You can get them fairly cheap if you don't buy them. I mean, yeah, compared to like peanuts are like $2, right?
Yeah.
For the same amount of pistachios, if you go to like Fred Meyer's or a Safeway around here, it's like $12. And it's like, what shit is happening? But if you go to some of like the smaller stores, or like Winco, or I can get them online for like $5-6. So it's like, that's reasonable to me, even knowing that they're kind of, they are expensive, and they're a special treat. So, but yeah, like highway robbery in some places drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to me because here they're kind of seen as like some people like almost like a luxury snacking thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. But like in other parts of the world, it's just they use them so much that it's just like you can buy huge bags of them for like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like we use this in all our desserts.
Because in other parts of the world, they're like an ancient staple.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6. Fred Meyer's is a name I haven't heard in a long time. What is the other one? Like, there's another name for him, but Kroger's, I guess. Kroger bought him out, I think. But they used to be Fred Meyer's in Idaho and the Midwest here. Smith's Marketplace. Interesting. What did I roll? 4? Astral Elf Artificer Artillerist that looks like a thinner astronaut with a ray gun. So thinner astronaut, I assume they made like not a big bulky spacesuit.
Yeah, I guess something more neo-futurism.
Sounds like I need to draw a sexy elf. So I'm gonna do that.
Also, don't forget to take off the rest of your drawing.
Yeah, thank you. I just caught that.
It's kind of ghostly, just like that.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're a space astronaut, right? You're a scuba diver in space.
Yep. Kroger's the national
Right up
brand.
your
Smith's
alley.
is the Utah and maybe Idaho. Fry's is the Arizona. Interesting. Yeah, Idaho. I know for a fact Idaho is still Fred Meyer's. Or at least it was a year ago. So. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Why do we have pictures of? Reminds me of the first NPC from Morrowind. Jube. We're all prisoners here. What did I get here? Burble? Warble?
Oh, yes, when all dark elves used to sound like they smoke 50 packs of cigarettes a day.
They came from an active volcanic region.
I know, it's just always like the dichotomy of like the ones in Morrowind and then just the other ones are just like, jeez.
Turns out living in a wind-blasted wasteland of fire, ash, and soot is hard on your larynx.
Yep.
Does Starfinder and... Oh man. Spelljammers. Do they have rules for being in zero gravity? They have to.
I think they do. I don't know if those rules ever got brought over to 5th edition, but I think historically there are rules about going into space. Because I know in Starfinder, there's a race that are like space fairy people. They have like golden shimmering wings.
Okay.
And they can like fly, air quotes, in the vacuum.
Gotcha.
And not take any penalties from it.
That's cool.
For
I like
a little
that.
while. Like they can't stay there indefinitely, but I think for an hour they can be out.
That's cool.
Final Frontier.
Boldly going where no man has gone before. Bloop-a-doop-a-doo. Cantrips remastered in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have asked for a pre-release of the book. Dang it.
Yeah, you should have.
Didn't think about it. Did not think about it.
Well, maybe you could do the next one that they do.
The next time they remaster the book.
Well, no, they're not finished releasing it, so
Oh, okay.
they're releasing it in chunks.
Gotcha. Yeah, I should check that out. Ooh, I just found something that I don't know what it is, but I want to send it to Corvus. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can send it. I can't guarantee how it'll react to it, but...
I'm going to copy something, and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
Disregard 90... Like, I don't know what the music is. I don't care. I have no context. I just think the imagery is cool, and I think you'd like it.
Okay.
I could have sent you a JPEG, I guess. But... Sorry, I was trying to look something up, and I got just hyper distracted.
Interesting.
Anteaters. Don't need the lines.
So, Drew, is that freckles or fur?
What?
On, like, it looks like there's freckles on the furbog's shoulders.
Oh,
No, never mind, those are leaves.
yeah. There might not be enough. I was gonna say there might not be enough fidelity to get
Well, I
a
was
lot
kind
of
of
detail.
sitting back
Yeah,
away from my laptop, so it kind of looked like freckles.
they are. Yeah, that's part of the tattoos. It will make better sense probably for everybody if you see the finished image in the Discord.
Yeah. I just realized I have the sound. Oops, what did I do? I have the soundboard up, so people could technically go to Twitch and bomb the YouTube stream. Oh well. That's a secret. Secret that only we know. Yep, there you go. Or is that the... Is that
That's
the
in Discord.
Discord? That should technically
I don't
be
know
in
if
there
it'll.
too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll come in on the YouTube.
Join the Discord. Fiddle around with the soundboard.
Or don't. You could not do that.
Why not both? Join the Discord and don't do it.
Joining the Discord is free.
Yeah, /hydrate. Thank you, Ellie.
Hydrate or die.
I don't know how I just did that. I took a drink, and then I pulled the drink away from my mouth, and somehow splashed my hand with it. Like, that was weird. I don't know. I must have been like mid-swig and then just like, whoosha!
Oh dear.
Just didn't make it into my mouth. Just pouring water on myself.
As you do.
When you're old.
Low blow, Corvus.
Hot on my heels. Just remember that.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. All these jokes are really funny until it happens to
It
you.
Things that you thought were hip were no longer hip. Hold on, I gotta find it.
People younger than you use slang terms that confound you and you don't understand. How anyone could think that they're cool.
Well, younger generations are not cool, so let's just establish that.
They are.
People who think mom jeans are cool are not cool.
Look, you're no longer of an age where you get to
I found
define
it.
what cool is, so I'm afraid you're just gonna have to accept that and move on.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with it. Isn't it? And what it scares me.
Yep. I know it was a Simpsons bit, but damn, is it not accurate?
Forever, forever. So good. Good thing it wasn't cubed. Rook would be iced. Yeah. Just flinging ice all over the place. Do the Astral Elves have the weird eyeballs? I feel like they have, like...
I don't know.
Do they have black eyes? It'll happen to you.
It does look like they have weird eyes.
Sweet.
So the whites of their eyes are black and their irises are just a solid color.
Okay.
So kind of like a cat's eye. Or a big cat's eye.
How are we doing, Rook? How many more do you think we're gonna get done?
It's almost 2 o'clock. I'll probably just finish this one up.
Okay.
And we'll do the rest on Friday.
I'll just doodle then. I got one done,
Awesome.
but it was pretty good. So,
It was pretty good. I had a bunch of people constantly asking me for, and maybe it was just one person doing it a bunch, asking me for like how to draw videos and stuff, which as a video on YouTube just don't perform well. But if people would be interested in like a hour-long how to draw stream, which would be just 4 people participating in it, let me know if that's something you're interested in. Because if we want, I can try to set up a class or something and we can do that. That could be fun. I don't know what I've done. I've made the head way too big. But that would be fun. It would be a fun thing to do. Otherwise, I'd love to know what kind of content you guys are looking for. YouTube, now that I have 10,000 subscribers, YouTube is like pushing a whole bunch of little like, this is how we can find promotional things for you, and we can send people to your whatever. And it's like, here's what the people that like your channel watch. And it was like cat videos. I was like, okay, great. Thanks, YouTube.
Not wrong.
I think I draw my faces too long.
Since they're an elf, I think that's okay.
Thank you for the great lumberjack, Druid.
You're welcome.
What was the description of this space elf? It was an astral elf artificer with a ray gun that had a not thick spacesuit, I think. So.
Yes.
Sounds right to me.
Space scuba diver.
Yep, so I went for scuba diver. I feel like I've forgotten how eyeballs work. Ugh, I need to change the oil in my car next week. What was the Lord of the Rings game called? I'm gonna look that up. Return to Mordor?
Return to Moria.
Return to Moria, okay.
They call it a mine.
It was a city.
Built over a massive mine.
Yep.
So it was a mining town. Like Butte.
What?
There's a mining town in Idaho called Butte.
Yep.
Oh.
A lot of northern Idaho towns are mining towns. So.
Yeah.
It is the gem state.
Fair amount of mines in Utah, too. Not just for dinosaur bones.
It's not a competition.
Kennecott is copper and silver. I remembered how hands do. Kind of, sort of.
Only just a little.
What was that?
I said only just a little.
Pew, 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 pew.
This fleshy pad and the webbing between the thumb and the palm is on the top of the hand is always messes with my brain.
What are you doing? Oh, you're just drawing a big hand.
I'm just practicing drawing hands. I was really struggling with the hands of the furball. It really felt like I phoned it in, so I was deciding that in these last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever we got left, I would practice.
They make for some water in manga? They make for some water in manga. What are we talking about? Did I just not read that for too long?
Maybe.
I lost the context.
Yeah, it's over my head too. Magna, Utah, they make... I think it might be referring to the mining. Magna is also a mining town in Utah.
It's in context, to Connecticut.
Kennecott.
Kennecott?
Kennecott, yep.
I was like, that's a weird way to spell Connecticut.
How much for you weird Westerners spell Connecticut?
No, Kennecott is the name of a copper mine. It's named after a person, I think.
Huh.
It doesn't make it okay.
No, maybe not, but it does make it understandable.
Them weird Mormon names that are out of the Bible.
I thought Kennecott was fairly well known in the States. It's a massive strip mine. Produces like a 1/5 of all of the copper in the United States. Or did. It's definitely still open, but I remember there were every 10 years there's layoffs.
Shocker.
Well, I don't want to be a dick, but Kennecott, Alaska, and Arkansas come up. Chicago. Still haven't gotten to Utah.
And it's not
Minnesota.
It's not. It's the name of the mine specifically, not a place. So, type in Kennecott Copper Mine.
Okay, I'll try that because it's not even on the front page. Kennecott Copper Mine, Alaska? Okay, Utah is number 2. It's the second biggest Kennecott mine. Brigham Copper Mine is what they renamed it to.
Oh.
It is still open. Reno Tinto Kennecott Visitor Experience. Come check out your tours. It's a big mine.
Sounds riveting.
Things to do while in Salt Lake City.
There are much better things to do in Salt Lake City.
Hard
than that.
pass.
Not a lot of much better things to do, but a few. I wonder if the gay bar that got hit by a tornado is still open.
Probably not the worst thing that's ever happened to it.
Nope. But the community did harp on it for about 6 or 7 years about how it was proof that God hated gays, so...
It's a massive mining company active in Brazil and
Active in
Spain.
Brazil and
They named the soccer stadium after them. Gotcha.
No. Man, massive corporations buying stadiums and naming them after themselves is so weird to me. It feels...
I
dystopian.
graduated in the Taco Bell arena.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah.
That feels cyberpunk dystopia to me.
Yeah, again, though, from my understanding is like what you need to run like a stadium is like basically you need corporation funding to
Yeah.
keep those things up and running, which is maybe not have such massive stadiums.
But then how can we get all of the sports fans in them?
Other ways.
The thing that's kind of funny to me is as I expect those types of buildings will become less and less solvent, less and less necessary as internet culture continues to dominate everything and make it less worth running.
I mean,
I do feel bad about cons, but I don't know, maybe convention centers will stick around for a little bit longer than
I think that
than
might be a
stadiums.
little biased on your side at thinking that football is
Probably.
not a massive industry.
Oh, I'm aware it's a massive industry, but they don't pay for their own stadiums. They force governments to pay for their stadiums.
Yeah. Which that's part of the reason they're making so much money.
part of it. But there's got to come a point at which governments can no longer do that, right?
I thought there's like 1 or 2 states that dropped their football team. Can't remember what it was though. Live events are one of the few things propping cable up. Yeah, that's true. City taxes and land breaks. Yeah. And a lot of those, like, they get used for other things too, so who knows. But
Yeah, who knows? I definitely am biased. I do not like sports and cannot wait for esports to destroy.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. Esports is a joke. I have been in too many different groups of people trying to make esports a thing, and just to realize how stupid that is.
I'm aware it's pretty stupid. I personally don't find it less stupid than football or soccer.
The big thing with esports, yeah, I think is, basically they're trying to monetize watching Twitch without being Twitch.
Yep.
And it's like, Twitch doesn't work. What makes you think you can also steal money from Twitch in that with the same? I think part of it is that, like, basically, like, the lie that Twitch was working, I don't know if it ever really did. And so it's kind of one of those things where they tricked a whole industry of people into thinking that, like, yeah, you could make millions of dollars if you buy a CS:GO team. And it's like, okay, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, this hand is going to kill me.
There are enough people and companies trying to make esports continue to work, and enough people who I think enjoy watching esports and don't enjoy other sports to make it an industry.
Yeah,
If internet becomes less stupid.
I was gonna say, also don't forget that China and South Korea also are funding a lot of esports stuff.
Yeah, they're funding a lot of it, and like the big thing with that is, like, the thing that does work about it is tournaments. Like that's great. And so, like, hiring teams, that works the same as football. That's totally fine. But like the hiring of venues and like trying to make it, you're right, Druid, that I think stadiums aren't necessary for that. But like they're also not big enough to necessitate anyone being like, oh yeah, we'll build a Fortnite stadium. It's like, you don't need that. Like, you don't even need these teams to be in the same place, except to make sure they're not cheating. So
was that what you were even trying to say, Drew?
No,
I was interpreting that differently. What Drew was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been meandering.
I don't know anymore then.
Because you haven't been talking, and I've been trying to fill dead space or dead air, and I'm.
Yeah,
this is my fault.
The challenge of esports is needing to be a good watching experience, good viewing experience, and needing to make money. Getting all three of those to work is nearly impossible, it seems. Yeah, that's kind of spicy takes with Rook and Druid. Yeah. Yeah, it's spicy talk time. Esports just drives me up the wall for personal reasons. So
I mean, esports drives me up the wall because I don't like any of the games that you would play esports in, with the exception of I think there's a Minecraft. There's a Minecraft community that like does organizes an esports event. It's like every 6 months, and that is actually interesting and pretty good.
You were just telling them. I was just thinking of like how ridiculous the FIFA organization was.
Oh yeah, look, FIFA can huff my shorts. Oof. Talk about a corrupt sports
Yeah.
organization.
And John Oliver's personal hit list.
Yeah.
I just love it that the president at the time called him out in this ridiculous, like, dictator video.
I know. Median fool. That's not even an insult. That's my actual job title.
I'll have to watch that. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh no! Sorry. I thought you were saying that the president's job title is a comedian fool. I was like, no,
yeah.
Oh.
I did see that.
Yeah.
In which I don't think that president's no longer in. I think it's a Swiss or Italian dude. Who's also kind of just a scumlord.
Look, I'm pretty sure you, in order to be in any sort of high up administrative position in that company, like, you have to be a scumlord because you have to have been complicit in the horrible crimes.
What did Adam Conover say? Like, there are no ethical billionaires.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they were ethical, they wouldn't be hoarding money.
This hand is awful. I'm very upset about this hand. I'm gonna finish this hand.
I'm sorry, I'll do better.
Sorry.
I'm hearing all sorts of weird things. I thought you said panda. This panda is awful. I'm like, you're not drawing a panda, though.
Goddamn space pandas.
He is. That's how bad it is.
Giant space hamsters. For the eyes, boo, the eyes. But if I was forced to like sit down and watch a sports thing, it probably would be soccer.
Yeah,
Or
same.
volleyball.
Oh yeah, I love volleyball.
You just like volleyball because everybody's naked.
So?
Only beach volleyball.
There's no other kind of volleyball.
Yeah, there is.
This is not worth watching. I don't think I've ever I've known people that have played volleyball. I don't think I've ever actually watched indoor volleyball. Do they do that in the Olympics? They must.
I think so.
Well, it's technically like in a stadium, but yeah, it's like indoor volleyball. It's not like on a beach or anything. Yeah, my high school actually got a volleyball.
There is no ethical blank. Sorry, say that again?
I was gonna say when I was in my final year of high school, our school got a volleyball team, which is very interesting. Basically, almost all my friends were on it because it was not the basketball team.
I did not.
So it was basically full of nerds.
Funny.
The volleyball team was.
I did not qualify for the volleyball team. I was very short.
I mean, technically there isn't a height requirement.
No, but it's
no, but you do.
It's preferred.
Height is important
Yeah.
when you gotta jump and.
I only got to try out because I could jump so high,
Mm.
but it wasn't enough.
I was gonna say you could probably make a good guard or a libero.
High school sports are stupid. I think it's hot take time is over. Salty Rook is coming out, and that's going to turn into Existential Rook, and then it's just going to be a bad day for everybody. So I think we're going to call it here. Go get some lunch.
I guess I won't tell you then that my high school had a golf team.
So did mine.
Well,
Golf isn't a real sport though.
I can agree with that.
It's a leisure time activity.
It's an excuse to get drunk and smoke outside. I played indoor volleyball. Fun, but floor burn was a bitch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of volleyball. Volleyball was fun.
Yeah, our team, which was only a girls' team, apparently they were like, boys can't play volleyball.
No, nobody wants to watch boys play volleyball.
Yep. That's what it is.
Yep. But they had the girls' team had a match against the teachers, which was hilarious.
Who won?
Take a wild guess.
The girls.
Yeah.
We had a softball game between our softball team and the teachers kicked the shit out of them. So, I don't know what that says about us. All right. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it there. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for playing along with all of our weird shenanigans. Yeah. GG. GG. We'll be back on Friday. That's all I got. That's all I got. If you haven't had your stuff drawn, was keep the same list for Friday. You can add more suggestions if you haven't suggested one yet. If you have to wait till next week. That's totally fine. Hopefully more videos out. I'm going to try to work on one tonight. Tomorrow we'll be streaming on Twitch for a little bit. And then, yeah, that's all we got. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Keep your eyes on the table. I'll catch everybody later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.